Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Universim. This is a brand new season, brand new update. They changed quite a bit with visuals and how residential buildings worked, and they also seem to have maybe optimized the game, but also that's led to a couple of crashes. So, let's go ahead and find a good place to place down this epicenter. I always look for a nice woodsy area next to some mountains, kind of like this, actually. So I think this is going to work pretty well. It's kind of more open than I normally like, but I like the dense trees just because they'll constantly have wood. But this will allow them to actually build residential pretty quickly. So let's go ahead. And I think placing it right there is good. Alright. We also have this nice big water source. Looks like with plenty of fish. There's another water source here. Very small though. Let's see here. Where's some other water sources? There's one here, which is actually really big. But that's okay. And we gotta first always start off by turning auto research off. I don't like it. But so let's go ahead and get the water wheel. Let's get actually dug well first. Water wheel, fire, fishing, and storage. Alright, look at our nuggets work. And they're already building a residential building, so that is good. Now, like I was saying, this update does seem to be a little bit less stable. So if you guys are playing it yourself, I would recommend saving the game as often as possible. So for me, I usually do 15 minutes. If the game's really unstable, I'll go to 10 minutes. But oftentimes I try to stick to 15 minutes just because it feels like you spend more time in the loading screen than the actual game if you do it the other way around. Alright, let's also build a well. Now there's really no water around here. Wait. It's something happened. Why is it not showing me the overview? That's weird. That seems to be a bug. Well, I guess we'll build it right here. I'm not a big fan of this bug. Alright, we'll build it all the way out there because that seemed like a good source of water. Alright, and let's go ahead and build 2 water pumps because I always like starting off with 2. Alright, and next we're going to go primitive cooking, cooking oils, cooking utensils, and then we should do engineering next, and that should allow us to get engineering in time before any buildings break down. Alright, so this is what I was talking about with the residential being a little bit different. So you can see there's actually well, first off, there's 3 roads, so we can see that. Or 2 roads intercepting, I suppose. But there's one house in the corner, and this is a lot bigger of a plot of land for residential in the Stone Age. And I believe that the reason for this is so that way it's easier to upgrade for the future generations. So instead of having to tear this down and create a brand new plot for the medieval age, they can just reuse this exact same size plot and make whatever house they need to. The other thing that we might see in this episode, depending on the density of our nuggets, is that they'll actually build 2 houses or 3 or 4 houses based on this plot. So based off of how many nuggets need housing, they'll actually add more houses to this. Now the only issue is that I have noticed, or have not noticed yet, is that it doesn't seem like once it is built, they actually will add anything to it. So chances are they are not going to add another hut to this, which is, I think, too bad. But that's just seems to be how it works right now. That might be changed in the future, but we do have to make these nuggets have some love. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. If I can click on him, there we go. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to be using this God Power a lot this episode, just because I always want to get started ahead of the time frame. So I always want us to get started way early on population growth, and that's going to essentially affect the future generations with how much of a population we have. Alright, so we've got 2 baby nuggets now. And we're going to have to go ahead and name them. So let's go ahead and do that. Get over here. Yeah, silly little nugget. There we go. Alright, stick is Twig. Because I'm an original namer. You know, I always create original names. And stone is Rock. There we go. We got 1 new believer for that. Alright, so now it's time for the fishing hut, fishing pier. So fishing pier, let's place it, doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and put it right there. As long as it's connected to whatever it is, it doesn't matter how shallow it is, unless it counts this as a separate lake. But I don't think it will. The archive is almost finished, and once we get that, we will just stick somebody in there and set the save time to be 15 minutes. And the other thing is that I think I talked about this on the episode on Monday, the final episode of last season. And essentially, I'm going to be uploading a Universim video every single day of the weekday, not the weekend. So Monday through Friday. It's always going to be 3 p.m. Eastern time. So be on the lookout for that. Alright. Oh no. He got sick. Alright, we gotta go heal this nugget. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And we got Anti-City Alley for that. So that was the other thing, is they changed the parks. So parks now will give you a lot more oxygen. It is going to be very useful for instead of creating a lot of trees, to just make a lot of parks now. So I believe, let's see here. Bountiful Bastion is going to give us 10 oxygen back now, and I think these 2 will give us 7. I don't know about this one, but this one gives us 5 now. So instead of like 2, which was felt pretty low, it's giving us a lot more. Whoops, no, that's not what I wanted. Crap. Okay, we gotta remate. Again, come here. Which one are you? Twig. Okay, so this is Rock. So Rock with Twig. And you him. There we go. Everything's correct again. And we're not going to do this. But we do actually unlock a park for this. Maybe after they mate? That sounds awful. I didn't realize we unlocked a park for this one. But I still don't think it's the right call. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that park will be one of the 10 oxygen givers. Who knows? It's only one way to find out, though. Alright. I hate to do this to you. Oh, wait. We have to kill... Oh, we're exacting vengeance on Rock. Not... Okay. Where's Rock? You know, that I actually am a little bit more okay with. I don't know why, but... Okay. Come here, Rock. Let's fling you into the sky. We didn't even sacrifice you. Alright, Chandler Chain Park. So which park is this? Alright, so it's a +7. Oh, not fantastic, but alright. I don't think that's one that I've ever unlocked before, so gonna be kinda cool to see that one. But that does mean that we have to Elu and Adahi need to mate again to fill that void that we have now. Alright, so let's also go ahead and make the Eatery. And we will make the Eatery right over here, I think. It's kind of an odd place for it, but we can actually fit a storage right over here. So it'll be worth it, I think. Okay, then we have to go engineering next. And then we'll go for the water well upgrade. And then shamanism. Means we're going to need a hospital. Buddy, I don't know why you're standing outside. We don't want to see that. Jeez. Get on inside. So it's beginning to turn to fall. And so this is going to mean winter's coming. And we've got plenty of food for winter, so I think we'll be fine. I always say that the more food... But I always say that more food than nuggets is always good for the season. So we will be set for winter. Alright, so it seems like Adahi is actually a little stuck right now. There we go. We fixed him. And now they're gonna mate again. I don't do this to torture our nuggets either. I'm just doing this so that we can get ahead. And right now, they are the only ones with an actual building, so that's the only one. They're the only ones that can actually mate. And it seems like slowly this stuff is changing. So that's kind of cool. Because this fire pit, I don't think had the TP on top of it. But it does now. And also, I don't know if these were here to start with. So I'm kind of adding things to their plot of land. That's kind of cool. I wonder if that has to do with some sort of wealth or something. Alright, so finally the residential house is going up. It looks like this one might actually be multiple houses. So that's exciting. We'll see how much houses they build. Looks like it might just be 2. There we go. So yep, that's what it looks like when they build 2 houses. Alright, so we do have a water pump now. It's winter though, so it's not going to be very useful. But we can see there's about 6.5 million units of water. So that's actually really good. It's probably going to supply us for a long time. Alright, so we're just going to make a brand new couple who should move into this house. Yep. We're just gonna have everybody making love. So that way we can have more kids. And grow our population as fast as possible. I don't like how we have one of these right next to our civilization. Wonder if we can move this? No. Alright, so fishing pier got built. So that's good. We'll go ahead and put Elu in charge of that. We also can make it the engineer's hut now. And we can actually stick it right in the center. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we will heal this house for ourselves. By ourselves, just so that way we make sure that there's no chance of it crashing down. Now, where is a good place for the hospital? Let's go ahead and put it. Well, that's. My plan is to have storage here, and it's always a good idea to have the eateries and hospitals near storage. So, I think right there. That gives us enough room to place it in there. I like how they have a couple of trees on their property. That's kind of cool. Yes, our name is Kerbin. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade this well now. We're kind of reaching the capacity of it. So the other exciting thing about this update as well is that it seems like bridges are in the game now. So we can actually build bridges across lakes to make civilizations, you know, to expand our civilization further away. And also just to make it so that if for some reason our nuggets decide they want to walk all the way around and create some residential over here, we can build a bridge all the way back. So, I don't know if bridges are in the player's control or if it's nuggets, if the nuggets control it. But that'll be something that we have to see. Wait and find out. So. Alright, so we have the cemetery now. And we're going to go ahead and build that right next to the hospital. And we're going to go agriculture first because I think farms are a little bit more useful than hunting cabins. And this time I think I'm going to build way more farms than we did last time. So yeah, I want that to be our main source of food. Alright, so our eatery got finished. So let's just hire somebody. Doesn't really matter who. Alright, so we have to help these two nuggets finish their house. So let's go ahead and do that. I was kind of hoping that this would happen for the other house that we helped with, but that's okay. Almost there. And it seems like they changed the quantity of how much certain things give you now. So, for instance, trees and rocks won't always give you 5 like it used to. Sometimes they'll give you 1. Sometimes they'll give you 3. It all depends on the size. Which makes sense. Alright, we received 1 believer for that, so it was kind of useless. We already had maxed out believers. Alright, we gotta go find a little nugget. Now this is gonna give us a pretty good park. So, let's go ahead and do that. Now for some reason it always takes me forever to find a lost nugget. But hopefully we can do this fairly quickly. I did see that storage was finished, so we can go, when we get back to camp, we can actually build a storage. Man. I'm not hearing the wolves. Okay, so here's our civilization. Oh, I hear him now. We're getting close. There they are. Silly nugget. Shouldn't you just stay near camp? I guess you weren't that far away, but right. So yeah, as you can see, this one provides 7 oxygen, and 5. So I believe these two should provide us with 10, or it might be 7 and 10. Can't remember. But I know that bountiful bastion we can only have 5 of, so I'm guessing that'll probably give us the most. Alright, so let's go ahead and place the storage right where we wanted to. Are you serious? It's not going to fit? Dang it. Wait, that's not where I wanted it. I wanted it here. There we go. It does fit. Huh. Perfect. Alright, and let's go assign a nugget for the engineer's hut. Alright, and we're going to start doing a little bit more nugget mingling. Just so that way we can get higher population faster. So yeah, right now we're just doing all of the nuggets that already have families and are married. Just so that way we can actually make new nuggets instead of having them just go on a date, for instance. And now we're just assigning a hospital and somebody at the hospital and cemetery. So we have plenty of nuggets to do so. Oh wow, they built another residential, which actually has 3 houses on it now. So that's cool. And that's not how I was predicting that they would build them. This one's a little bit skewed. So that's kind of nifty. So that means we can actually mate a new couple. There we go. So they will now have a house. So yeah, I really like that they can build multiple houses at once now. I think that is a game changer, at least for the Stone Age. So we're going to go ahead and go for hunting now and clothing. So we're going to be building another water pump just because I'm seeing that we're not really making kind of enough water yet. Alright, so town hall is research. I'm not going to actually build the town hall yet because it just takes up, you know, it doesn't do any much good for us right now. And as we can see, we're doing fantastic on food right now. We've got way more than we do population, so I think we're going to make it well through this winter. So everything that we've queued up so far has been built, so that is good. Our civilization is expanding pretty fast, which is fantastic. It's going to definitely help us for future generations and the future periods. Alright, so our first election has just started, and we've got accelerated studies, scientific focus, and safety guidelines. So scientific focus, I think, is definitely one of the better ones to get early. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. That's going to help us propel into the future. So that's another thing. If you guys want to have a certain name or something like that, like a last name in the game, then go ahead and leave a comment of it, and I will reply and also give you guys, put it into the game, so that way you guys can watch your own families in our civilization grow. And we'll check in on them every once in a while. Man, everybody's making so many babies. I didn't even do that. So our fish population here isn't too big. It's about only 5,000. So we will probably see this go kind of fast. But you know, it might actually be the case where they actually repopulate now. I'm not really sure. Alright, so our forecast tower has been built. So let's go ahead and just assign somebody to it. It doesn't really matter who. We just need somebody to look at the clouds. And it does look like the scientific focus wins. None of these can win now, so there's really no competition anymore. Alright, so agriculture is unlocked now. So we can actually go ahead and build a couple of farms. I'm going to start off with one because we're doing pretty good with food. And scientific focus succeeded. So let's go ahead and celebrate about that. Cheer everybody up. Jeez, those fireworks are so loud. So loud. That is like one change I would like them to do, is turn the sound down a little bit on the fireworks. So let's see how many houses they build on this residential plot. It looks like it's only going to be 2. But maybe more. Yeah, it looks like it's only 2. That's kind of disappointing. Yep. Dang. I was hoping it was gonna be a lot more. That's a pretty fast farm. Kind of shocked that it got built before winter. A new neighbor. Necropolis? So, we're going to have to go out and look for some food. Now, this isn't really the season to be doing so, but we can get some Devil's Lettuce really quick. So, there we go. Bountiful Bastion. Perfect. Now, let's see how much food... Yep, so it is plus 10 oxygen, which is fantastic. Now, we will want to get a garrison. Just mainly for when wolves attack. These guys will protect us. Alright, so let's look for some more plants. So Devil's Lettuce, Bloody Diarrhea fruit. Sometimes these ones are good. Bloody Diarrhea fruit, only providing 6. Manbro is actually pretty good. Which is the one that we started with. But I think we should be able to find one that provides more than 12. Ah, there's none there. Panda plums. Sometimes those provide a good amount. Mangrove fruit, we already have that. Deadly seed, maybe. Like in the last season, Deadly Suit was definitely the best that we had. Wait, where's our farm? There it is. Yeah, it provides 20. So it is still the best. So we're just going to go ahead and select the mangrove fruit. I guess the next farms we can maybe set in the desert. Just so that way we can get those deadly seeds, because they do seem to be the best. Alright, so the garrison. Let's just go ahead and hire as many as we can. And look at that. As soon as we build it, wolves are attacking. So, we built it at the right time. Yep. Look at them. Nice. Killed one. So we've lost 2 nuggets now to these. Nice. Good job. So we defended against the wolves. Alright. We gotta go take care of a dead nugget now. This is apparently our first ever dead nugget. So we're gonna fly them all the way to the cemetery. There we go. And now we have to clear the infection. There we go. Now it does seem like people might be drinking from the lake. Yeah. So let's go ahead and build a couple more wells. I was kind of prepared for this to happen. Let's go ahead. You know, I don't like how the UI is broken right now. So again, we do have enough food to get us through the season. So that's fantastic. Now let's just have these guys hunting some wolves. And bears, I suppose. Didn't realize that bears were medium-sized. Alright, let's go bring this back to the base. And hopefully we can have a few nuggets study it before we open it up. Oh, campfires add a little bit of glow now. I like that. It's pretty cool. Oh wow, this plot has 4 houses on it. Houses get very close to each other, as you can see. I wonder if 4 is the maximum. Guess we'll find out. At some point, maybe. Oh, they're also making hedges. Look at that. That is really nice. That is definitely a wealthy family, then. That's pretty cool. So I did just crash, but luckily we had just saved. So we're just about to unlock material refinement now. So we will go ahead and build that really soon. There we go. And let's go build that right where we wanted to. So I'm only going to build 1 right now. These do take up a lot of nuggets. We have quite a few unemployed nuggets, but we still don't want all of our nuggets being employed. So, yeah. And I think, you know, wood refinery, good place for that would be right over here. So we have both of them fairly close to each other. And there's our 4-hut plot of land. And alright, let's begin researching this stuff. And huge mussels. Alright, and we're doing fantastic on food right now. Food is definitely not an issue. I think the biggest issue that we're having is probably with water. But now that we have multiple wells now, I think that will be taken care of. They're still working on this box, but that's okay. I really love the uniqueness, how all of the houses are beginning to, and house plots are beginning to look more unique to each other. You know, so like this one, obviously a little bit more pristine, a little bit maybe more wealthy. This one is a little bit more like kind of rustic almost. And, you know, these ones are kind of like a nice little community with each other, nice little neighborhood. And these ones are just like people who just love living with people. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It makes every house plot feel like they have their own personality. Well, the stone refinery got built fairly quickly. So that is fantastic. We're going to have to jolt of joy, everybody, as it seems like people are becoming a little bit down, mainly just because of all this refinery stuff. So let's go ahead and make them a lot happier, and that also decreases the crime. So and let's just assign all. You know, we still have quite a few unemployed nuggets, so still doing well on that front. And we can also upgrade the fishing pier, so we'll queue that up. Not that we're actually able to yet, but the option is there. And you know, last season I kind of went crazy with all of this refinery stuff. I think I'm probably going to limit myself to 3 or 5 of each. I think I made like 11 of these. It was ridiculous. So, gonna try to not do that this season. Wood refinery is very close to being finished. And I don't think they changed any of these buildings. There doesn't really seem to be anything that changed. So, alright, there we go. And we will just do assign all. And now we have only 12 unemployed nuggets, so. fact, the town hall is actually looking to be pretty good pretty soon. We can make it fairly soon, I think. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and make the town hall. And I think I don't really want to get it in front of, I mean, sure, right next to a cemetery sounds like a fantastic place, right? And also, let's check engineers out. Make sure it's covering everything, and it's not. So we'll go ahead and build another one right over here. And a little bit of overlap is always good. So that's something that I'm not really liking about the new change to how green this is, because it's really hard to tell where the actual overlap is. I prefer the last updates version with a little bit of a yellow to it, and actually seeing the darker yellow in where they cross over. That seemed to be a little bit better. So maybe they might change that back. Not sure. I hope they do, but that's okay. They've actually done quite a few, some good research on the box. So the surface of the box is inscribed with mysterious markings. Okay, kind of useless. Fumes that smell like this, like stars drift out of the box. I don't know if that's a good one. You know what, let me know in the comments if you guys know if that's a good one or not. I can never tell. Or nuggets. I can't make that out. Yeah, let me know in the comments, because I don't really want to open any bad ones. So if I can, I won't. Okay, so we might have to make either, you know, a watchtower, well, a defense tower, or a park pretty soon. But we do need, I mean, we are making planks and bricks now, so we are able to. Maybe not Bountiful Bastion yet, or these two, just because there's a limited amount that we can make. Actually, all of them have a limit now. Huh. Okay. That's a little bit annoying. But we'll probably just do Anti-City Alley, just to get just to reduce the crime. And it does increase it still by 5, which is a lot better than any of the ones before. It's a small little park. And that's interesting. It actually gives us, you know, it gives us the benefit of it before it's even built. Which I don't think that happened before this update. So that's interesting. It doesn't look like it changed the planet condition, though. At least yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and hire a governor. Doesn't really matter. It can be anyone. We'll hire the person that we saw that had a last name. Yeah, I'm really liking the residential plots now. It feels more lively, you know? It's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what the future ones hold. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you guys for tuning in on the first episode of the season. And if you guys like this episode, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything of the sorts, leave them in the comments down below. And if you guys want a name or something like that in the game as a last name, so you guys can watch your family grow, leave it in the comments. It doesn't have to be your real last name. It can be anything. Yeah, and if you guys are new and liked what you guys saw, then go ahead and hit subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.